Hello there, I'm Brett Meehan, co-founder and CEO at Upgrow. I want to walk you through just a 15 or 20-minute deck on who is Upgrow, where do we have expertise, and what are some of the strategies that we use to have great success for our clients. So let's go straight into it. So who is Upgrow? We are experienced lead generators. So everything that we do, every campaign that we run is with a very transactional type of marketing to generate leads or sales. We're working with about 40 clients as of right now in October 2020. We're managing over 10 million in media, and we're generating over 100,000 conversions annually. We are full funnel marketers. So we're not just driving traffic and sending it to your site, but we're actually nurturing that traffic and turning it into leads. And then even after it's a lead for a B2B situation, we're going to retarget that user and nurture them until they take a sales meeting. And then even after that, we're going to keep in front of them with ads until they close. So we do that through all of the ad channels, through designing landing pages, developing the right offer for the right audience, writing strong sales copy, and then lead nurturing through retargeting and other programs. We also have expertise not just in execution, but as well as in strategy. So we're able to build a game plan, understanding who the customer is, what are their pain points, what are the solution that you offer to them, and how can we put that in front of them in a meaningful way through ads. Some of the brands that we've been honored to work with here. And this is your full buffet of growth capabilities. So SEO, all the components that go into that, from technical content creation and optimization and link building. On the social media marketing side, we have LinkedIn ads, Facebook and Instagram, Twitter. We've also done some things in Pinterest and Reddit and some of the more niche social channels as well. Paid search, so your Google ads, Bing ads, Amazon ads. Web design, we really focus on high converting web design through landing pages and website design, full web redesigns, conversion rate optimization, and then writing strong sales copy on websites. With web analytics, we're doing conversion tracking setup, reporting dashboards, sales and marketing data integration, so you can pass data on the website directly into Salesforce or Marketo or HubSpot. And then doing analysis and understanding what are the learnings from all of that data. And then we also do some prospecting through content syndication and cold email targeting. Now, we think pre-launch is a really important phase. So before you actually activate an ad campaign and start spending money, we want to make sure we've completed our pre-launch checklist. That begins with discovery research. So we want to take some time to learn about your brand, learn about who your target customer is, as well as their pain points and how you're their solution for them. Learn about the industry, and then also look at some of your competitors, and then more tactically, what are the keywords, messages, and offers that are going to connect with them. We do this in a couple of ways. First, as soon as you sign on with Upgrow, you're going to get a huge questionnaire, all of the information that we need to build a great digital ad campaign and write copy and build great landing pages are going to be answered in that questionnaire. And then we also do a kickoff call, as well as a call with your sales team, so we can understand how is your product being positioned. And then your sales guy or sales lady will have a lot of information about what are the most common objections or questions that a prospect would have, and then we can address some of that in the marketing materials. We want to plan different funnel stages. So organize paths for top of funnel, middle of funnel, and bottom of funnel traffic with relevant offers and messages. Really quick example of if somebody's coming to your site for the first time and you're selling, $100,000 database or a really high commitment product, you're selling a car or a yacht, they're going to want to download some information first. They're going to want to be educated and nurtured a little bit before They may take a sales meeting or something more committal. So you want to serve the top of funnel with educational assets and lead generators. Then the middle of the funnel is something a little bit more committal, like maybe a webinar or a free trial. And then the bottom of the funnel, that would be your sales demo, or in some cases, a trial there as well. We want to build a lead capture system. So you never just want to drive traffic for the sake of bringing traffic to your website. Every visitor you should, and every page should have an intent of getting them to the next stage. So we do that with strong sales copy, clean design, giving a lot of trust and credibility to your brand. So when a visitor comes to the site, they know that you're reputable and they want to progress with you, and then giving them a strong call to action that's sort of pointing them at what they should do next when they get to your site, and then automating everything as much as possible so that your lead follow-ups will be quick and seamless and consistent. So creating integrations with a sales CRM. And then we want to have full goal tracking set up. We use Google Tag Manager, and then we'll build a nice reporting dashboard based on your customization and needs in Google Data Studio. So we'll deploy and test all of the tags through Tag Manager and the pixels, and create conversion goals to build an integrated automated reporting dashboard. So a really important component of any digital ad campaign is the landing page. And I feel like a lot of agencies and even marketers forget about this because they get hung up in trying to do the most that they can within like the Facebook ads interface or the LinkedIn ads or the Google ads interface. But they kind of forget that after somebody clicks on one of those ads, they go to the landing page. So if we as marketers can create really stunning, attractive, high converting landing pages, it'll make everything else work so much better. So that's why we've incorporated expertise in having a landing page designer on our team to create these really awesome high converting pages, as well as doing a lot of split testing and segmentation and building different landing pages for different audiences and different stages of the funnel. So we also have a really proven effective formula. I mean, if you lined up a lot of the landing pages that we build, you'll see that they're kind of formulaic. If you look at these two here, you can see there's the bold colored button in the top right corner. There's another bold colored button in the middle of the page, and then a softer video call to action. You can see that the graphics all tie directly to what the product that they're signing up would be, and then you have a nice block of direct response copy that addresses the prospect's problem and then offers our client's solution as resolution to that problem. All right. So analytics highlights, you know, putting all these pixels and putting all these scripts on the site so that you can collect data is one thing, and building up a huge pool of data is nice. But if you're not actually pulling insights out of that, it's all for naught. So we want to build a actionable dashboard. It's going to summarize the most important information. That's why we'll use Google Data Studio. And after meeting with you, we'll determine like, hey, these are the most important metrics that you want to see. This is an example of a really clean short one where you're just looking at total spend across all of your digital ad channels, the number of leads you're generating, the minimum qualified leads number, the percent of leads that become qualified, and then how much you're paying for each lead. Now, we'll typically also meet on a biweekly basis every 2 weeks. We'll connect and share insights along with this report. So we're pointing out like, oh, we notice this page has a problem. We recommend, adding another lead generator there, or we notice that this traffic source is overperforming. We need to put some more budget into that. So we're not just giving you the report, but we're also giving you highly actionable insights along with that. Now let's move on into SEO. So our SEO philosophy is that quality content is always king. If we think what is the intention of Google or Bing? They want to provide the best possible answers to the questions that people ask their search engines. So if we can create really great, authoritative, comprehensive content that answers those questions and then also positions our client's brand as an authority and an expert in the space, then we'll generate great leads and great traffic that way, as well as rank really highly to get in front of users on the keywords that matter. We'll leverage existing content. So if we don't have to reinvent the wheel, if we don't have to start from scratch, that's always better. It'll be faster and less work to get to the top. So we'll look for striking distance keywords, as we call them. These are your keywords that are like at the bottom of page 1 of Google or under on page 2 of Google. So they're kind of just outside the top where everybody's clicking. So if we can move up those last 5, 10 positions, then we'll have the most bang for our buck. We want to utilize technology. So we have basically all of the SEO tools at this point, from Ahrefs, SEMrush, ClearScope, Screaming Frog, KV Finders, BuzzStream, and probably a few others that I didn't list here. But this makes us more efficient. It helps us to track and report on everything, as well as be more efficient with things like email outreach for backlink building or keyword analysis when we're writing new content. Each of these tools has different functions that help us in these processes. Monitor impact closely. I think this is kind of a mistake that I see a lot of SEOs make, where they're just so determined to keep deploying new SEO projects that they sometimes forget to look back and see, did it actually work, and which of your efforts are paying off the most. So we keep really detailed logs of each time we push out an SEO change. So then in a month or so, we can go back and look and say, hey, on this date, we tried to rank for this keyword with this content. Did it actually work? If it did work, oh, let's do more of that. If it didn't work, oh, maybe we need to change our game plan or not try that again. And then using natural link building. Backlinks are a big component of SEO. Think of them as sort of like votes for your website. If other sites are linking to you, then Google sees that as a signal that you're trusted, and it can rank you highly in its algorithm. So taking a natural approach, seeing where you're already getting links, or see who the authorities that could potentially link to you within your category, as well as what are the advantages that you have just naturally. Do you have a lot of partners that could be linking to you? Do you have a very influential CEO that could easily get a lot of press? So just sort of understanding your situation, determining a customized plan for how you can create backlinks, and then going out and getting those backlinks, versus a more black hat approach to link building that might be like just kind of putting it out on forums or message boards, or kind of the old school black hat link building. So our SEO process, we start with that initial SEO evaluation. This is complimentary. We'll gladly sign an NDA to protect both of us. Then we're able to go into your data, your Google Analytics or whatever analytics platform you have, and see actually like what are the problems, where are you getting traffic, what keywords are you ranking for, and all of that. From there, we can build a projection of what the potential could be if we improve the SEO. Now, once we begin work together, we'll do a full SEO audit. This is a deep dive into the website to identify strengths, weaknesses, competitors, opportunities, including what keywords are you ranking for, what pages are performing, what kind of links are you generating, what are the content gaps that you have that your competitors are ranking for, that you have gaps that you're not ranking for. And then we'll also look at your technical SEO and see if there's anything blocking Google or not making your site easy to crawl. What comes out of this is about a 40, 50, or 60 page report that sort of outlines all the problems. It grades you on all the different areas of SEO so that we can then prioritize the biggest problems or the biggest opportunities and resolve them early on. And then things that aren't a problem, we don't have to worry about, or we'll move them to the bottom of the list. We'll build this 90-day roadmap that comes out of the SEO audit. So each week for the first 3 months, we'll know what our priorities are for each week and execute in that order. We'll do ongoing optimization. So SEO is never a set it and forget it or a one-time project. It's typically you need to constantly be working on it, because the keywords that users search for is always changing. Your competitors are always trying to outrank you as well, and then the Google algorithms are always changing. So staying on top of SEO is really important, and doing ongoing and never-ending changes to improve your SEO is always important. And we'll do quarterly business reviews. So every 3 months, we want to check in, review everything that's been done, look at the data, see what our opportunities are, and then build a plan for the coming quarter of what we want to focus on. So let's take a look at some real SEO results that Upgrow's been able to deliver. So in creating content for our clients, uh, split software glossary pages, and you can download this PDF to take a more close look. And each of these are linked that you can go check out. The Talk Desk blog, Mercer Advisor service pages. We're creating links for a client pull string on Business News Daily. We're creating backlinks from uh, split to our other client Lightstep. So because we have so many clients that are all in relevant categories, we can then help them to backlink to one another through our Lena program. We also have some EDU link building programs that we did for Mercer Advisors. And then a case study here for Koku Social. Within only 3 weeks, we were able to resolve a lot of technical issues and help them to improve conversions by 72%. On the digital ad side, for search ads, we always focus on quality content, quality leads over just bulk number of traffic or leads. So that's why we look more deeply into sales CRMs and see which leads and what was the traffic of the leads that actually become booked revenue. And then we can focus on those versus just the raw number of leads. We do extensive keyword research. So usually the fastest way to get irrelevant traffic is a really broad short list of keywords that are attracting clicks from irrelevant traffic. So we want to have a really long list of very niche keywords that will bring in the right type of very specialized traffic. We take a manual and automation approach to SEM. So where we can, we're going to turn on Google Ads automation features like automated bidding or automated ad test rotation, where we also maintain some manual control. So usually when we launch, we want to have more manual control like CPC bidding, um, turn on 50/50 ad testing. And then as we collect data, then we can start turning on automation because Google will actually have enough data to make their automated decisions. And then because we manage so many clients and are generating so many leads, we have a really good sense of what's going to work from day one. So we'll implement some of these best practices without having to relearn them on your account. On the social ad side, we focus on lead ads. So there's a lot of types of placements that you can buy with LinkedIn ads or Facebook ads. We typically prefer the lead ad format, and there's a link here that you'll be able to check out in the PDF. But basically, these are the lowest friction types of ads. Instead of leaving Facebook or leaving LinkedIn, the user just clicks on your ad. It pops up in front of them. It says, "Hey, do you want to download this ebook?" They click submit. It sends your CRM all of the data from their profile, their email, their phone number, their name, their job title. And then you've got that in your CRM, and the user just continues on the social ad platform, and you've just generated a new lead without having to try to pull them out of that experience. Audience targeting and testing. So there's a lot of ways to create audiences in LinkedIn or Facebook or Twitter. One of our favorite ways is using the ABM prospect lists. So if your sales team is using an account-based marketing approach to sales, we can export that list of users, upload it into the social ad platform, and then serve those exact users ads. Then we can also place the pixel on your site and retarget. We can do lookalikes based on the pixel or the ABM list. And then we can also use well-defined demographic profiles like job title, industry experience, skills, and company. It's important to match the audience with a relevant ad, page, and offer. So if it's maybe you serve multiple audiences with your service, maybe you are selling software that could be used in a number of different industries, but you know that you have a really strong footprint in like the fintech industry. So we'd want to create a fintech audience based on the industry the prospect works in. We'd create a fintech ad that's talking about fintech and maybe has a visual of somebody working in fintech or a fintech specific ebook, coming up with the offer that matches that. And then we find this is so much more effective because to the prospect, it seems highly relevant. Everything speaks to them, it's not broad. And then when they actually look at that ebook, they feel so much more fulfilled because it's exactly what they want. And again, just like with search ads, we have proven account settings that work really well from day one. So the process on digital ads is an initial evaluation. Again, we'll gladly do an NDA, go into the analytics, see within your Google or LinkedIn ads account, what are the opportunities? What are you doing well? What are you maybe missing? What would be the opportunities to expand? And then we can give you a projection of what we think we could do. Strategy development. So once we get started together, we want to be very strategic. We don't want to just be turning on ads. We want to think through who are the audiences, what are the pain points they have, what's the correct channel mix, where are our target audiences hanging out at? Are they more Twitter people? Are they more LinkedIn ads people? And then build a channel mix that's appropriate for who we're trying to reach. We'll do an efficient account launch or relaunch if you already have a program live. So we start with low hanging fruit keywords first. As we max out those low hanging fruit keywords, we'll start adding on broader and more top of funnel keywords until we get as many leads as we want. We'll do ongoing optimization. So just like SEO, you're never done. There's always more that we can do to make things more efficient or scale the volume of leads. And we'll also do quarterly business reviews. So every 3 months, we're taking a look back at how did we do? What did we do well? What did we miss? How can we do better in the next quarter? What are our priorities? And we also want to align everything with what is your business focused on? Do you have a big event coming up? Do you have a sale coming up? And make sure we're incorporating that into our digital ad strategy. A couple of real results. So our client NERCs increased conversions by 45% within 3 months while performing at 70% below cost per acquisition target through Google Ads. Juniper Square generated 3,500 leads from launch day within the first 18 months at 46% below cost per lead target. And Split Software increased lead volume by 775% while decreasing cost per lead by 91% within 3 months. So pretty awesome results. And we'd love to add your logo and stats here as well. Now, if we want to go a little deeper into LinkedIn ads, um, just a couple of things to know about the platform. It's ideal for B2B lead generation. Um, People go to LinkedIn to think about business. So they're very business minded. Um, you can reach them at that point. You can precisely target qualified users because somebody's LinkedIn profile has so much information about them, their job history, um, their job title, uh, their member skills. So we can segment and target them based on all of that information. And then you have lower volume, but higher quality. So people don't tend to spend as much time on LinkedIn as they would on, say, Facebook. But because of all these other reasons, it's usually a higher quality leads. Now, here's some fun stats that you might want to check out as well. So there's, you might not even be aware, but there's quite a few ads on the LinkedIn ads feed page. So you've got the text ad at the top, you've got in-mail and message ads within your little inbox. You've got sponsored content in the feed. And then you can also see there are lead ads within the feed, which look very similar to sponsored content. But when you click on them, instead of going to a landing page, you get the pop up like in this screenshot. And then you also see the dynamic ads, which are typically used for recruiting, where you see your little head next to the little logo of the company. And it asks you if you would like to be working there. So for our purposes, we're really focused on the lead ad. But first, let's talk about the demographic profiles and options that LinkedIn gives us. So we can target by job title, company, industry, skills, geography, and more. We want to segment to group these audiences so that we can create an ad and an offer that's relevant to our different groupings. You can see a screenshot of what that would look like in this example. Custom audience uploads. So if you have an email list and you want to upload it, or if you don't have an email list and you want us to create an email list of who we think the prospect would be or who you think the prospect would be, we can do that with our tool Apollo. We'll then upload that list of emails and target those very specific users based on where they work and what their job titles are. We can do retargeting. So if you have a high consideration, expensive, long consideration time conversion, then you'll want to be sure to retarget them and stay on top of their mind. And then look alike. So using LinkedIn or Facebook ads, I guess in this case, LinkedIn's algorithm to say to look at all the different signals and demographic profiles of your visitors or your list, and then finding more people that look like them. Some LinkedIn ad strategies that work well: planning the top of funnel, middle of funnel, and bottom of funnel stages. So that top of the funnel is something like an ebook, very educational. Middle of the funnel is learning more about the solution through maybe a webinar or get another white paper. And then finally ending with like a free trial or a demo where they're taking that next step and moving closer to starting work with you. You want to segment audiences for ideal offers and ad matching. In this example, our client MemSQL is a database. So if they're targeting people with using SAP HANA, they get this ad. Targeting people that are using Oracle, they get the other ad. Primary focus on lead gen ads, just because there's so much lower friction. It's very easy to sign up for this type of ad. Don't have to go type in all of your information or go to a landing page. It's all pre-populated, and all you have to do is hit that submit button. So more strategies on LinkedIn: report on deeper lead quality data. This is all about understanding Salesforce and HubSpot and seeing where the quality leads are coming from and trying to get more of those versus just looking at the raw number of leads. Switching to the CPM bidding in LinkedIn. LinkedIn, the biggest drawback is that it's very expensive. CPCs can be, as high as 10, 12, 15, or $20 in some cases if you're very targeted. So we find over time, once we get enough data, we can switch to CPM bidding, so paying per impressions, and get much cheaper CPCs that way. And then test and optimize the full funnel. So because we're able to build landing pages and create analytics and tracking on everything, we're able then to understand the full funnel and fix and resolve and make it all better. Let's cover briefly our agency fees. So with SEO, you get the launch and the audit. That includes technical audit, presentation of findings, and a meeting together. Error resolution. So we'll go ahead and fix any technical issues with the site. Conversion tracking and reporting setup. If you're not tracking conversions, we'll enable that for you. We'll do the SEO workbook and 90-day roadmap. We'll do a competitive analysis as part of that SEO audit as well. We'll do some industry research and tell you what are the most important keywords and content in your category. We'll build the target keyword list. And then on a monthly basis, we're doing ongoing SEO and content strategy, creating SEO content briefs. So content briefs are sort of like the skeleton of an article. It's the subject line, the different questions that article should answer, that will then have your team or your writer to write, or you can have us go ahead and write the full article if you'd rather go that route. Manage on-site technical SEO, so you always know your site is squeaky clean as far as technical SEO. Optimize existing content for SEO. So if you're generating your own content or you have a lot of content that existed on the site from before, we're going to go and enhance all of that. Identify content gaps and keywords. So we're going to be monitoring your competitors and seeing what content and what pages are working well for them so that we can borrow some of those strategies. We'll do biweekly calls and the QBR. Content creation side, we'll research, write, and edit 4 existing posts and 4 pillar posts monthly. Build tables, charts, and post elements within those articles if needed. Source royalty-free stock images for content that we create, or we can take it from you as well. Monitor performance and revise content for non-performing posts, and then implement all SEO best practices within the content. Create internal linking to new content we create as well. And on our link building, we do backlink profile maintenance, local citation and directory for local listings, link reclamation. So if you ever lose a link, we'll try to go back and recover that link. Unlinked brand mention. So if we find sites are talking about you online, your brand, and not linking to you, we'll outreach to them and try to get that link. And fully managed outreach program available as a booster. So we'll include some light link building within our standard monthly service, or if link building is really important, we can add that on as a booster as well. So standard SEO, usually start with a 6-month commitment. You also have the month-to-month option if you want to pay a little bit more for the flexibility. So launching on it, 3K, monthly strategy, 5K. If you wanted to accelerate your content creation, we're looking at 500 an article and backlink building, 400 a link. Digital ad side. So this would cover your LinkedIn ads, Facebook ads, Google ads, all of that. So setup, we're doing keyword or audience research, plan the account campaign and ad group structure. We're writing ad copy and ad extensions, installing tracking pixels and setting up retargeting lists, set up and test conversion reporting, upload retargeting ad creative, building reporting dashboards, design the first set of ad creative. That's optional. If you have your own design, that's fine too. Doing the landing page template design is 1,000. But we definitely highly recommend these, and we typically find that our landing pages will outperform a standard page by about 20 or 30%. Monthly management for a digital ad program would include ongoing ad account optimization, bid and budget management, keyword and audience expansion and pruning, writing and testing ad copy, landing page testing and CRO recommendations, ad targeting setup and maintenance, A/B testing of ads, landing pages, and offers, biweekly calls and reporting, manage total spend and management fees to the set budget. So the setup on a 6-month commitment with digital ads would be 2K for a single channel. So that would be, say, Google ads. Say you want to add LinkedIn ads as well, add $500 to the setup. And on a monthly retainer, you're looking at 2K a month for a single channel, or 3K a month for 2 channels, or 12% of ad spend, whichever's higher. So I guess before I hit the next slide, which is our last slide, um, hopefully you kind of see, so much goes into running a successful digital ad or SEO program. If you're not taking advantages of all these different things, you're really kind of leaving money on the table. So bringing in an agency that is really experienced in this, going to check all the boxes, has checklist programs for all of this, and make sure everything is fully optimized. We'd love to work together. That's it as far as this deck. If you'd like to go ahead and take the next step with a consultation, we can take a more deep look at your specific situation, see what your goals are. You could even do the complementary analysis or go into your analytics and give you some projections and ideas of how things could get better. So thank you so much for your time, and I look forward to continuing our conversation.